Good morning, guys. So for your math lesson today, we're actually going to start with the subtraction where we are regrouping hundreds into tens, okay? So we did this last week on Thursday. You guys took those hundreds and turned them back into tens. Remember that one of those hundreds, one of these, is made up of 10 tens put together, okay? So this was last week. We had hundreds, and then tens, and then our ones. Okay, this is 3 hundreds, 3 of those hundreds blocks. Okay, 4 10 sticks and 8 ones. And remember, if we don't have enough tens to subtract, we're going to have to go and get some more tens by breaking one of those hundreds into 10 tens. Okay, remember how we did that? We took that 100 and we moved it over to the tens place. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? I can break that 100 into 10 tens. And so that's what I did. I now have 2 hundreds and I have 14 tens. The 4 that were already there plus the 10 that I broke that 100 into. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing today, only we're going to be doing it with subtraction problems. All right, so let's take a look at our story problem and our lesson. So it's lesson 9-5, and we are subtracting 3-digit numbers, regrouping one of those hundreds into tens. So let's take a look at that. It says a school has 325 students. 143 of the students ride the bus. How many of the students do not ride the bus? So our 325 is our whole. That's how many students there are in all. The part that rides the bus is 143. We're trying to find the part that doesn't ride the bus. So you take your whole, subtract the part you know to find the difference or the other part that you're looking for, okay? So let's take a look. They have it in steps down here, but I'm actually going to do this problem for you guys just to walk you through, because some of you guys are kind of going and doing that sample question and you really don't need to. So I'm going to do it for you to kind of show you guys. All right, so there were 325 students. And we're going to subtract the part that we know to find the part that we don't know. Okay, remember our whole minus the part we know will give us our other part. All right, so I'm going to show it to you with a picture first. I have 325 students in my school. Okay, there's my 300, there's 20, and there's 5. Okay, that's my picture representation. I'm going to subtract 143, so I'm not putting more here. This is how many I have to subtract from that. Remember, we start with our ones when we subtract. So 5, I have 5 ones. I'm going to take 3 ones away. 1, 2, 3. So I have 2 ones now. And now I'm going to subtract my tens. I have 2 tens. I need to subtract 4 from that. Well, if I only have 2, I don't have enough. So I'm going to go and get 100, and I'm going to turn it into 10 tens so that I know that I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All I did was go and get that 100. So I have 200 still there, and I broke it into 10 tens. See how I did that? And so I had those 10 tens plus the 2 that were already there. So now I have 12 tens, and I can subtract. I can subtract 4 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12 minus 4 is 8. And now I'm ready to subtract my hundreds. I have 2. I need to subtract 1. I have 1 left. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's 200, or I'm sorry, that's 182. All right, remember that's all we're doing here. If I don't have enough tens, then I go next door and get 100 and break it into 10 tens. All right, that's what we're doing. That's the only time you need to regroup is if you don't have enough. All right, so let's do a couple of problems together like that. All right, remember we want to start with our ones place every time, regroup where it's needed. 6 minus 6 is 0. I have 110. Picture you have 110 in your picture. Can you take 3 away from that? No, you only have 1. So that's where I go next door and get 100. So that leaves me with 300s. And I move that 100 over here because it's now 10 tens. I break it into 10 tens plus the 10 that was already there. So that gives me 11 tens. 11 minus 3 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay, let's do another one. Start with your ones. 7 minus 2 is 5. If I have 4, can I take 8 away from that? No, I do not have enough tens. I need to go next door. I get 100. So now I have 2 of these hundreds. I take this 100 and I move it over into the tens place and I break it into 10 tens plus the 4 that were already there. So now I have 14 tens. 14 minus 8 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, let's do one last one. 128 minus 38. Start with your ones place. 8 minus 8 is 0. Then I move on to my tens. 2 tens. I have 2. Can I take 3 away from that? No, I do not have enough. So I go next door. I get this 100. So now I have 0 hundreds there. I move it to the tens place where I break it into 10 tens plus the 2 tens that were already there. I now have 12 tens to work with. 12 tens minus 3 tens is 9 tens. 0 minus 0 is 0. I don't need to put that 0 in the very front. Remember, when it's the very first one, I don't have to do it. If you want to, you can, but your answer is still going to be 90. That's only when it's in the very front. All right, guys, you're going to finish up the rest of these problems. Here, you're solving a simple problem where you have some muffins. The baker has some, sells some. You want to find out what's left. Explain how regrouping hundreds as tens is just like regrouping tens as ones. Think about when you have to do it. When you have to do it and what happens when you do it to both of them. Okay? Continue to subtract on this page. Guys, please don't try and do these in your head, all right? I need you guys to show me your work, all right? Because on your test, I see you guys doing these in your head and you're missing these. So rewrite them as the standard algorithm, all right? Students collected 760 cans for a food drive. The goal is to collect 915 cans of food. How many more cans are needed to reach the goal? Okay, so they have 760 plus some more equals 915. Remember that when we're finding that missing addend, it's the same as finding the part that's missing. So you take the total that they want to find, subtract the part that they already have collected, and that will give you the part that is still needed. Okay, that's that missing addend is the same as the missing part in subtraction. Remember those related facts. All right, Jacob subtracted 426 minus 172. Is he correct? So yes, Jacob is correct. No, Jacob is not correct. Explain why or why not he is or is not correct. And then if he is not correct, they want you to show the correct problem. All right? All right, guys, send me a picture of this when you're finished because tomorrow you're going to be doing a check your progress, and I want to make sure you're doing it correctly before that. Have a great day.